Open Blender, and delete everything by pressing a then X then delete button. Now add a plane and press S, and scale it to 100, and apply scale. Don't forget to save your Blender file. Press Tab and go to the edit mode and subdivide your plane 100 times. Now add your camera and adjust how you want it. Now go to the camera tab and adjust your focal length size. I need a wide area, that's why I am going with 25, but you can choose as your liking. Now change your camera ratio of your liking. I am going with 1920 and 1080p ratio. Let's add another window, so that we can work on another 3D space while looking at our camera view. Let's also change some of our render settings. Let's import our buildings models that I have downloaded from Sketchfab. Link are in the description if you want to download same models. Scale it up so we can see it. Add them in a new collection by pressing M on your keyboard. Now we want to make it look like it's a city that have been ruined. First we have to align our buildings in the correct foam to make it look like a city. You can follow my step to get an idea how it's done. Start by adding small buildings then big. Start from the middle so that we can leave some space for streets. Now go to edit mode and make a rough path for street. This is not a professional way to do it, but since our street is not visible, we will be adding fog later in the video so street will be adjusted in the fog. So just follow this simple trick to make street. If you want to spend some time making street you can, it's up to you. After selecting your path, go to Material tab and assign a material to this, as road or street, so later we can edit textures in it. Let's preview this in render mode. This looks nice, but again go to edit mode, and make a material for a dirt texture, so that we can only apply road material to our selected path, not to the whole area. Now the red one will be our street, and the blue one will be our dirt texture. Let's add some other buildings to the scene. Select any building and duplicate it with Shift+D or Alt+D and start placing in the scene like me, or you can place like your desire. Before applying materials, go to Edit mode and press U button on your keyboard and press UV and wrap, and the press U again and select Smart Project View. Then open to new windows in the bottom one for UV editor and the other for shader editor. Now it's texture time. I am using Blender Kit for the textures, but you can use it manually from web or just download Blender Kit. I prefer the second way. Anyways, just type here roads and a bunch of free materials will pop up. Select the one you like and we are good to go. To add some lighting in your scene, we will be adding heat dry in your scene. Go to Blender Kit, then heat dry tab and select the one you desire. So our scene look like this. It's good but not that good. So let's add some fog and details to our scene.
Decrease light in your scene to 0.300 or something because it's too bright right now and we don't need that much light for now.
Now let's add some vegetation to our scene. Again, all files are given in the description. If you are watching first time, make sure to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up, that will motivate me. Now select a building and create a particle system for it. Select the hair particle icon. Now set particle to 100 or something low, and go to render properties and select render as collection. And under collection choose Ivy stances. And scale it up and boom, you have created some vegetation in your buildings. Experiment with the numbers and with the scale size until you get your desired result. Now do this with all buildings, and you will get this result. Now let's add a sun, and increase its size to 5 or something high, not more than 6. It will be too bright. Then adjust your sun size. If you want best result, make sure your sun rays are coming from left or right side of the camera. Now add a cube. For volumetric fog, add a cube. and scale it up so our entire scene gets covered in that cube. Now go to World Properties tab, and under Viewport Display tab, select Show as Wire, so we can see the scene and modify it later. While our cube is selected, let's assign a new material to it. Now delete the principal shader, and add a new principal volume shader to the material. Connect it with volume to volume, and we have a dense fog in our scene. Now lower the color attribute value to really low, like 0.4 or 3, to get a good fog with some sun rays. You also have to lower the anisotropy to something lower. Now play with these two settings until you get your desired result, or you can just copy my settings. Let's add a sky image to the scene. All these assets are free to download. The link is in the description. After adding your sky image, scale it so that I cover our entire background from camera view and place it really far from buildings. Adjust the image plane until it looks good. Select your sun and adjust the setting like sunlight and its color, and try to get a warm color. The sky image is too close to our buildings, so let's adjust that. Our scene looks empty from behind, so let's fix that. Duplicate your buildings and position it, like I did, and scale it up, as big as skyscrapers. Now let's add another fog for the back buildings, because it looks too clear and we don't need that. So add a cube, and scale it as big as the back buildings. Open Shader Editor in another 3D space, and select a new material equals, and delete the principal BZF. Now search for volume scatter and connect it to volume. Now play with its setting and you will get. Again, make the cube transparent by going to the worked properties and selecting it to wire or bounds. Now add the vegetation to this buildings as well, with the same method I showed you. Now I am adding some details to the scene that no one would see. Go to Blender Kit and select some old cars and place it in your scene on the street as you want them. I select this model from Sketchfab for free and download it. Now go to Files, Import, and import your model in Blender, and I will show you why I did that. After importing the model, I go to Edit Mode and delete its entire face except for some on them, cause I wanted it to add it between the buildings where our character will stand. After that, I bring it to my scene and place it between the two buildings, and add some others details like duplicating it and scaling its size to something small, also adding the textures to it. And with that, our scene is ready. Let me know in the comments section that if you enjoyed it or learned something from it, and if you like my work, make sure to subscribe me and hit the bell icon, cause I will be uploading more amazing content in the future. Also, the project files are available at my Patreon page. The link is in the description.